Live.
One more time. Check.
Live. Check.
Yeah, you good.
I'm a manager. I'm not an artist. I don't know how this works. Mic check.
You good.
All right. I don't know what this is. I feel like I'm in a booth. I'm about to rap. This is crazy.
You want a freestyle? You got some
Right.
liquor. Hey, I might snap now. I froze up a couple episodes
You know
ago.
what's crazy is that whenever I'm off some liquor or something, I feel like I can freestyle. It's crazy. No, like for real. And I really be doing it though, and it sounds good.
Yeah.
Like, but
Wait,
I ain't gonna try here.
Is it like is it good to the drunk ears? Or
That's all I was
good?
trying to figure out how
I
to
had
say
some people around me.
And they was like,
"Hey,
"Hey,
this
snap."
shit is
Split
legit." It's legit.
Yeah, I need to be off the influence a little bit.
Oh, 100%.
I get a little liquor in
You
my
can't just
system.
put me on the spot either.
Yeah, I feel you.
You can't put me on the
You
spot.
gotta be in the
It has
vibe.
100%.
We used to
There's
rap.
gotta be
We used to
debate
rap at work. This nigga used to be scared. He said
One or two
bars. 1 or 2 bars.
They call me One Bar P, right?
He'll be sitting there quiet for 3 hours at work, and the next thing you know, come back with 2 bars. Talking about.
I just wrote this.
Right. He was while y'all was spitting, he over there sitting thinking.
Practicing.
Like, give you quick 2 and that's it. 2 and out.
Are you trying to talk about this streaming service anymore?
You put it in there, so I just left it in there.
I just added it in there.
THEJQ, THE. Yeah. When I say the, people say put DA. So I put the. THEJQ. THEJAY period Q. No problem.
Me too. That's why I'm getting hot.
Once I start slurring, just cut the camera off.
That's why I'm getting hot.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's why it's the deuce.
But I feel like liquor, when I drink,
I'll turn the mic off.
it makes it more loose.
Yeah,
definitely. Talking. But if I say some crazy shit, cut that off.
You're like, wait.
I'ma just go to the table. Let me get that camera. I'ma edit this shit for y'all.
He's like, I'm gonna send it to my people.
Right.
Don't worry about it. This episode, you got the week off. Holiday, enjoy the holidays.
Right. It's holiday week too. It's a good week.
Send me the camera footage and the audio.
Who was on that? Buddy from New York Undercover. He was talking about he like trannies.
Yeah, you didn't see that? Wait, what you talking about? The one that they bullied and killed himself? Oh, no, I know what you're talking about. I told you I stay away from the gay stories and all that shit.
Yeah, that's why we didn't go to this shit. It was on the docket. I can pull the shit. Watch.
He said that's why we ain't talking about it. I must have seen it. And I look at it and I look at him.
And that's such a sensitive topic. Like, I
it
get
is,
why you want to stay right.
Yeah,
because even if you really.
No filter.
Right. But not only that, but I feel like people
take everything the wrong way.
100%. Even if you are pro.
Yeah. My cousin, my cousin, like I'll probably go to his house after this.
Right. My cousin.
And his boyfriend, I'll be kicking it right there, smoking weed with them, chilling. Like, he's gay. I don't care about that.
My cousin, you know my cousin, Nate, like, one of the coolest
exactly.
Like, I kick it with this nigga whenever.
Right.
And, like, when he around me, he don't be, like.
My cousin either, yeah.
But I don't give a fuck. Like, all jokes aside, like, I feel like gay people are the coolest people to kick it with. Like, they just cool, you know what I'm saying? Like,
my cousin was the coolest.
Right.
Marco, right?
At the end of the day, I know where I stand. Like,
exactly.
It's like, they ain't got
it's
nothing
just when
to
you
do
try
with
to
me.
get, like, cross the line, then I'll be like,
I get hit on by a lot of gay dudes.
Me too.
I know, like,
I
know where I'm at.
I had an old man try to take me to Puerto Rico.
I swear, you should have took that trip.
Bro, I promise you.
Puerto Rico.
Nah, at the bar. It just came up on my Facebook. Memories. I made a status about this like 3 years ago.
He just slid, like just came at.
Nah, he was at the bar. Right, he was like scoping.
You tell the story on the pod too.
Start this shit. Right, we recorded. Introduce this.
The camera not rolling, right?
It's rolling.
Oh shit!
Right, you messed it up.
Damn.
We rolling. You ain't recording?
I recorded some of the shit, but then some of it.
Alright, we recorded. All right, go ahead. You want to play it?
Wow.
Nah, he thought we weren't recording either.
Yeah, that was some good stuff.
We can get back in.
We got it on the camera.
We said that.
We got the camera out here.
Yeah, all right. We about to skip a lot of good stuff.
No,
that's what the Duce does to you. I ain't gonna lie.
No, but dude tried to take, bro, I'm telling you, he was sitting at the bar the whole time. Comes up to me, he goes, you're Puerto Rican, right? I was like, how this nigga know I'm Puerto Rican? Usually people think I'm black. Like off the back, they think like I'm black or some mixed with something.
Black and what?
Yeah, like or when you black,
mix.
yeah, mixed. They say, what do you mix with? Black and what? Or like Puerto Rican, or it's never really Puerto Rican is the first choice. Right. But this was like, you Puerto Rican. I was like, damn, how you know? He called me off my rock. Ah, okay. Yeah. I said, oh shit. He was like, man, I go to Puerto Rico about 3 times a year. You know, blah blah. If you want to go, I would love to take you. I said,
pause.
Oh shit. I was like, well, you know what? Like I work 2 jobs. I coach. I go to school. I ain't got no time. But when you got time, like you know, come on. I was like, so I go to my manager at the bar and I'm like, yo, this nigga gay? He goes, no, he's never like thrown himself at people. Like he's never came across like that. Yeah. I was like, he just offered me a trip to Puerto Rico. The whole staff was tripping.
Like, wait, what?
Tripping. He undercover. I'm like, oh my God.
So you ain't never gone on a trip?
So when was the last time you went to Puerto Rico?
Instagram.
Right.
Hey, you know how the girls be posting that at the end of the
Be wondering who be taking their picture.
Right, who taking it?
Feeding
It's probably
water
bro.
and shit.
It's bro from the bar taking his pictures. Right, like, whoa.
Flew him out, boy.
We talked about it last week
flew
too.
out.
Did you hear?
Ain't nothing wrong with that though.
Did you hear? Come on, we started.
You talking to me? Tell your story.
So did you hear what Tory Lanez said?
No.
So Joe Budden asked him, like, does he have like a tricking, like a tricking expense for girls? Mm-hmm. You know, he's a millionaire. He's like, so how much do you spend a year on how much you trick? And he's like, I don't spend nothing on these girls. You know what I'm saying? Like Joe Budden's like, what? You know, whatever. But I forgot what I was like into this.
He ain't got
no
budget.
No. You said what?
Did he say he don't have a tricking budget?
I know, but why he
brought the story up?
Because you got flew out to Puerto Rico by
that's what I said. No, so that's what I'm saying. I wasn't part of his tricking. I was not.
That was the whole point.
That was the
story.
point.
I thought you was gonna ask me something. I'm like,
I think you did for last year.
Right.
Oh no.
Oh, you asked if I heard the story.
Yeah, you heard the story.
No, I never. I didn't hear the story. Where was it?
He was trying to trick on me, B. No, it was on the
Tory Lanez?
Joe Budden podcast, like one of those podcasts.
Oh, I thought you said Tory Lanez trying to trick on me. I'm like,
the old white man was trying.
Nah,
Welcome to the Running Back Podcast, the podcast where you come for entertainment, stay for the sports. This is a podcast for the culture. I'm one of your hosts, Percy.
I'm Bobby Bands.
And in the room today, we got DJ Enigma sitting on the couch doing his thing. We got Reef in here as usual. And back behind the camera doing her thug thing, we got Tasha in here.
Welcome back.
Welcome home.
Some applause. There
we missed you.
There we go.
And if you're watching, you see we got a very special guest in the building today. One of Chicago's very own, one of the best doing it right now. You're going to hear his name a whole lot real soon.
If you haven't already.
At the table right now, we got THEJAY.Q.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Thank y'all for having me, man.
Welcome to the Running Back Podcast.
My man's made some time today. I know you've been traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been crazy, but you know, you guys my boys, man. I've been on y'all for some years now.
Appreciate you for coming.
How long you been knowing Enigma? I know it was
definitely
before
over
us,
10 years.
right? Oh, no,
yeah,
from church, right?
When we used to go to church.
Yeah, we know you like at least 8 years.
Yeah. We rounded up. It's 10.
Yeah,
so.
about 10 years.
It's definitely.
I feel like it's more.
Listen,
between y'all,
I graduated in 2010. It's 10 years since I graduated.
High school, right?
Oh,
yeah.
shit, that's
true.
true. We got to include all of high school.
08.
So y'all been knowing each other like 15, maybe 20, close to 20, 15, 20?
Yeah, I feel how long have I been busting you in basketball?
Nah, my man used to get buckets.
Hey.
The brothers used to get buckets.
Crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
Y'all heard of the Ball Brothers?
Oh, we'll kill the Ball brothers.
Hey, I think so. Leangelo a little soft.
I got my brother on the Qs. I got my money on the Qs.
I had to have been. It's been a minute though, for sure. Yeah.
I know we met
church leagues, basketball leagues, high school, and I feel like I met y'all through him.
Right. I would say like maybe our sophomore year. So like, what would that be? Your junior year, maybe?
My junior or senior year.
2 years older.
Yeah.
Angel's 1 year older, right?
Angel is 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year older.
Yep.
And then Joey was.
Joey was like senior in college.
No, Joey was a senior when we were freshmen.
And I was a
Yeah.
junior, probably. Yeah.
Because he used to talk about Rose.
I think he's right about my sister's age.
Didn't he play against Rose?
Yeah,
Joey did.
He said that was his
Joey
toughest
played
cover or
against-
something. I remember
Yeah.
that.
And then
Rose was killing him. Derrick Rose was killing
I tell
Joey.
that story. I'll be like, yeah, I know somebody who guarded D Rose.
But you know
AD
what's
tried to
crazy?
dunk on me, you know.
Joey actually was doing his thing that game.
Yeah.
Though. Yeah. Joey was a monster.
he was.
Joey growing up was like the best out of all of us.
Yeah.
Growing up, like that 8th grade transition into freshman year. Like,
Right.
Dog. But now I got him.
Yeah. I think
Joey.
that's what it was.
see it.
I do remember that. Like when I first
Oh
met
yeah,
y'all,
Joey was a dog.
Joey was the best.
Yeah, 100%.
I felt like
He got into Lane Tech for basketball.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they recruited him to go there.
He had that
100%.
NBA extra step that we couldn't
Yeah,
stop.
yeah,
You know,
he was a dog.
Nah,
I don't
I
know.
remember.
I don't even know where he learned it from, to be honest. Like,
because
I
he's
don't
the
know
oldest.
where any of us
Yeah,
learned
because
it,
he's
right.
the oldest. You
He
probably
just
got it
kinda
from
fell,
him.
Yeah. Well, my uncles probably used to hoop, but they ain't never like take us to go train or nothing. Like it was just something that happened.
y'all all kind of
bro.
played similar, but different strengths, I would say. So like
Yeah,
similar
yeah.
style, but different strengths to get it done. Like
100%.
I know. Did you play college ball?
I did.
You right?
Yeah.
Joey didn't. I think he went to
Joey
Masters.
didn't.
Was he?
He ended up winning Masters. Ended up winning the church.
to the middle.
Yeah, I did. And then Angel, he just stopped after high school and kind of just chill.
Okay.
But yeah, I kind of like basketball was life.
Yeah.
I know.
That was life, bro.
And-
Like that's a fact.
That's my first question I want to ask is how from basketball did music come? You know, I know music and basketball are kind of, hip hop and basketball.
There's a
are the same.
crossover between
Yeah,
the
it's-
culture.
Yeah, the
No pun
cultures
intended.
the cultures are pretty similar. So how did that come?
Basketball,
Well, no, not basketball.
Well, how did you
Yeah,
transition
yeah.
to music? I would say that it really wasn't anything I planned for. Like, not at all. Not at all. Like, it was from Murda Beats.
Okay.
And-
I know y'all.
Yeah.
Know Beats is.
And Murda Beats, one of the hottest, top 5 producers in music,
Definitely.
like killing the game in the music industry right now. And I met him, and that's when like shit
Shit
started happening.
It was like
you know?
clicking for you.
Right.
And how did you meet him?
I met Murda on Xbox Live. Crazy.
Y'all better add everybody on
Yeah. So not PS4.
Yeah.
PS4, Xbox Live.
What did y'all play?
feel
Call
it,
of
I feel
Duty?
We were playing Xbox Live. I think it was Call of Duty. Yeah, Call of Duty, mix of Call of Duty and some what other game was out at that time? Because I've been knowing him for about 8 years. 9
Yeah, Call of
years.
Duty,
So while high
Call
school,
of
was it
Duty.
before, like while you were in high
This
school, you
was
met him?
playing
when I was in
Gears?
college.
Was it Gears?
Nah, not Gears. Maybe some Ghost Recon.
Okay.
Some Ghost Recon.
And
But mainly, I think it was Call of Duty. Call of Duty. I gotta call him after this and ask him. Like, yo, I think it was Call of Duty.
Is
We
he
kinda-
older than you or younger?
He's younger.
Younger?
Younger.
How
Younger than me.
much younger?
He's about 25 right now. So I'm 29. So he's 4 years
And
younger.
that's dope. Because you know, a lot of people that are playing, they'll be like, oh, this is a kid. You know, like,
But he ain't never really sound like a kid when we was playing.
Okay, that's
like, he
good.
was just, he hopped in and I met him through my cousin Big Easy. So Big Easy.
he knew him
Yeah,
first?
Big
Oh,
Easy was
shit.
playing with him first. And then it kind of like, we all kicked it on Xbox Live and I slid into the party one day and we was just playing.
talking shit.
Cool. They
yeah.
introduced, oh, cool, man, what up? Nice to meet you. And we just started playing. And this has just been over the course of time. So like, shit, the first month turned into a year, and then it's like 2 years, and
Yeah.
I've been playing with this dude from Canada. And it's like, whoa, it's crazy. And then I happen to know that he actually had a song with Lil Durk called Gas and Mud.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that. I didn't
Gas
know
and
that.
Mud.
Yeah.
You
That was-
remember that? That was a hit.
That was
Gas
your
and
favorite
Mud.
song. I remember.
You don't have that on your playlist?
That was during the lean era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
My
Some people
man.
might not remember.
Right. I don't know the name.
No comment.
Do say in my cup, man. I don't do
No
no
lean.
lean. No.
30 minutes in, we're going to be like,
Right. I'll be leaning right now if I'm doing some lean. But no, yeah, so like he had that one song with Lil Durk, Gas and Mud, and for people who know that song, like, no, this shit was a hit, like in Chicago. Like,
facts.
but although I did hear other people from other cities like bumping that too at that time.
Right.
But like Gas and Mud was that hit in Chicago.
I forgot what mixtape that was off.
I don't even remember the mixtape.
Yeah.
I wasn't even in the music then.
Oh,
I didn't know. Like
I
I
think
was
it
just
was
listening.
Signs of the Streets. Signs of the Streets, right? One of them.
Man, and that's crazy because I couldn't even
The DJ
tell you.
should know.
I couldn't even tell you what tape that was on. Right, but he wasn't even DJing at the time.
That's true.
When did he start DJing? Like 2015, 2014? 14? Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a hit, and like I didn't even. I was like, all right, cool, gas and more, like bro, respect.
And
like,
you ain't drinking and you ain't doing drugs, so that's
right. I
you
was
just
in,
hear a
I
hot
was
song.
in college. I was hooping at the time, and it's like, but I knew like I just love music. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. I had a certain type of music that really caught my vibe, like something I just vibe with, and rap, hip hop, trap is what I like. You know what I'm saying.
Same.
And when I heard Gas and Mud, I'm like, that shit was fire.
There we go. We got a researcher.
Fact checkers in the
DJ
building.
nigga, a researcher over here.
Signed to the streets too. All right.
But that was a hit, man. Chicago.
So then it was Murda, and then how does it go from meeting Murda on Xbox to what you're doing today?
Is it like traveling with him or like when did so let me say this. When did you first meet him? Because you know
not a lot of people ask that shit.
Yeah.
So it was, man, this was about 6-7 years ago.
You wasn't catfished?
Nah. I'm gonna tell you, this is a crazy story too. Look, so at the time I was in college and I'm playing basketball and I'm living with my uncle, and I'm living in his basement. I'm paying rent, everything, the whole 9 yards, and at that time, that's when I'm playing Xbox, still doing my thing, and me and Murda would always play, along with my cousins and other friends and things like that. And then Murda at one time, I don't think a lot of people know this. Murda Beats really started in Chicago. Like in Chicago, bro. Like messing with the Southside Chief Keefs and all that out there. And he was doing this from back home in Canada, you know, starting off on like YouTube or something like that. Yeah. And so he was making beats and stuff, and Chicago was the hub for him. Like this is where it started. So he would tell me all this, like, oh, I got this song with Lil Durk, I got this song, you know, all that.
Right.
I'm like, cool, man. That's
dope.
love.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, the music industry is a tough place, so it's not like you can get one song and it might, but there's so much more to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that Lil Durk at the time was buzzing, you know, but he wasn't like the top.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah,
Because you had Chief Keef. You have Chief Keef. You got Lil Reese.
You got a lot of people up there, and so he would tell me this, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then there came to a point in time where he was like, man, like I think I want to come to Chicago and like actually work or whatever. Or he had some business stuff to do out here. I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. You come, you can kick it with me. Like I got my own I'm living in my uncle's basement and everything. Like, it was a nice basement though, bro.
Not knowing
real nice.
you got like a platinum producer.
But he wasn't platinum.
No, I know.
At the time.
I said not knowing. You
Right,
know, like,
he was just a white boy from Canada. You know what I'm saying? And
Not
it's just
knowing.
like, and then what's crazy though is that I shared this with my uncle because I'm paying rent. I'm thinking I can have whoever I want at the crib, but at the end of the day, it's his shit. You know, it's his crib and everything. So I shared this with my uncle. And my uncle was so skeptical. He's like,
you don't know this guy.
Who is he? Like, what's everything? Like, I need some background. So,
Right.
And I'm
you know
like,
niggas from Chicago.
and I'm right. And I'm like, but at the end of the day, I'm your nephew. Like, trust me. If I'm vouching for somebody,
He's
and
good.
that means so much. Like, if I'm vouching for somebody at the end of the day, he's good. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So my uncle was like, cool, he allowed it. So Murda flies to Chicago, and I meet him. I pick him up at the airport. It's crazy. And then when I introduced myself, it's like, man, we've been knowing each other for years. I've been playing Xbox with this motherfucker. So I'm like, what's good? He's like, what up, bro? Like, what's good? And I'm like, whoa, he's really white. It's crazy.
Really white.
Like, nah, but
Before the tattoos, right? That was before,
he ain't have no tattoos. He ain't none of that. So I met him, and he comes and I picked him up at the airport. And we just hit it off. Like, it's cool. Like, I've been knowing. Think about it, playing Xbox with somebody for so long. And it's like, you guys build a relationship.
Right.
It's weird as it sounds, but like, it's just the truth. Like, it's cool. So, kicked it with me for a week. Comes out there. My uncle lets him ends up letting him use the car.
Oh shit! Yeah.
He comes use the
skeptical
car,
to like,
right?
oh, nephew.
Right.
You didn't tell me he was white, nephew. Here's
Right,
my car. Here's
right.
my
Oh, he's
credit
white.
card.
It's cool.
Here's the debit. Go get me some groceries.
Right.
He's good.
Right. You
Go pick
kicking
up
it,
grandma.
kicking it. Thanks. He was so cool with it.
Hilarious.
And man, he comes, he does whatever he does do. I was working and I'm playing ball, so I had stuff to do. My uncle's underneath the whip, and he's just going around the city doing his own thing.
Right.
And one thing about Murda is that he don't care where he's at. He's always gonna be him, and he was so passionate into music. Like, this is what he does, and this is what he knew he was gonna do.
Yeah.
Like, and he had this calling on it. Like, he's like, I'm out here in Chicago. I'm on the South Side. Like, he already has songs with Lil Durk and all this. Like,
And
he's
Migos.
now he's
What,
fine.
did he have
right.
the
He
song
had
with
Migos.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Migos is where, like, Migos is the group that really like made him blow.
Okay.
He, you know, he made that song with Pipe It Up.
Pipe
Pipe It Up was his
Pipe
thing.
It
Yeah.
Up. Pipe It Up.
And
That was it. That
yeah,
was it.
100%. That was a
hit.
super hit. And they're the ones that really blew him up. And then he was in Chicago, and that he was just that whole week. He's just like moving around doing his own thing. And
So
I'm
did that like rub off, like the music?
100%. Like, and then he came that week, left because I went out of town. I think I went to Miami for like spring break or something. And then he ended up. I told him I had to leave, and he was like, "Oh, okay, cool." He came. But that week I was gone.
That's the time I went.
To Miami? I think it was. That's right.
We were
That's
all in
right.
Miami.
You were there too?
Remember we met up at the beach?
At the beach, we had breakfast.
Whoa.
Yeah. Y'all had the Airbnb like
Yes, that's when I was with
Yeah.
all my boys from high school.
yeah,
Kevin,
yeah,
Brian.
Kevin, all them. Yeah, I met y'all, but y'all
That's crazy.
had went like twice already.
Oh yeah, we've been.
So I don't know when I caught y'all at what point. You know what I'm saying? But
We were just going.
yeah, we all met up.
Yeah.
I know he's still with y'all, and I was down the street with my homies too.
What year was this?
2015.
Well, you weren't there, right?
He was with Tasha.
I was somewhere.
I mean, we were just going for basketball. So
Yeah,
I was
cool.
somewhere
We were
coaching a
just
basketball
hooping.
game or
Right.
some shit.
No, but you know what was crazy? I remember that trip because spring break is March Madness, and they
Oh, yeah,
had
that was
all
the
the
best
they
time. On the
had
game.
remember all the games
All the
down
games
there.
showing.
They had like Alabama was down there, they had Florida down there. I'm
Right.
walking into Walgreens. I'm seeing motherfuckers like 7-2.
right.
I'm like, damn. My homie's like, yo, the March Madness is down here.
That was the first time. That was when we realized, like, yo,
Like that
basketball's not for us. We seen 7-2-7.
Facts,
Like, bro,
facts.
I can't do this no more.
I tell
I'm
people
good.
all the time.
I gotta go to music
Yeah.
immediately.
So it was hooping,
Right.
Murda Beats,
We all asked
Miami,
Right.
7-2,
Right.
back to Murda.
Back to Murda immediately. Like, yo, I gotta find a no. But all jokes aside, like,
Yeah.
but Murda was that dude, like, that kind of opened
Did he put
the
it in
door.
your
There's
head?
so much more. No, he never did.
Oh,
Never
okay,
did.
That's good. I mean,
There's-
not good, but I mean,
Not forcing what
yeah,
he's
not,
doing.
not even forcing
His
It
it.
was
career.
just me
organic.
doing a
It was
favor,
organic.
like, man, I got you. Don't worry, like, you're my bro. Like,
Yeah.
just same thing I would do for any of my bros. Like, if y'all ever needed a place to stay, something like that, like, 100%. Like, I got
sure.
you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just who I was. And that-
Crazy fact. That's how we came across our sponsor here. Big Chiefs. This is our sponsor
Really?
from California.
Oh, shit,
And
from Cali.
so
Wait.
Big Chiefs.
Chiefs.
They're in like Southern Cali, but from a dude from Instagram. I flew out there last year and I was just talking for a year. He's like, yeah, bro, just come out here. I've never been to Cali. He's like, yeah, I'll show you around. We'll smoke. We'll chill. You know, you can vibe it out. I was like, fuck it. All right. Went out there. Went for 2 days.
Kicked it.
Like it was like how you said with Murda when y'all like he pulled up to my airport like we knew each other the whole time. Right. Yo, what's up? He brought me some beer, some food. He like, yo, I got a care package. Some food, some beer, some loud. You know, it was my first time in Cali. I was stuck in San Francisco for 16 hours before I landed in Ontario. So it was just crazy. But like, you know, just networking, and he's an artist too in California. Really? And just like talking, you know, following his music, and then just linking with this dude. And yeah, they loved what we're doing here.
That's a hell of a leap of faith, ain't it? To go to like, in Murda's case, to another country. In your case, across the country.
Right, like you need a whole passport to come to Chicago. And then it's Chicago. Like,
and to like, think about it.
And he's doing drill.
Listen.
At that time, no, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
At that time, 2015, 2016, Chief Keef, all these guys, like that drill music was the high. That was the highest 100%. Point. You know, for him to come here, head up.
Right, and a crazy story. I don't think anybody ever knows this, but me and Murda talk about this
Run it back exclusive.
Yeah, me and Murda talk about this shit.
We got to get Murda out here so he can tell us some more. He can tell.
Murda's too busy right now, bro. That guy's flying around the world doing big things.
When we catch up to Murda, we'll meet you, Murda. You know what I'm saying?
But this is a crazy story, and like, I don't think anybody ever knows this, but like, so Murda, the second time he came out here, so mind you, I went to Miami, and then he came back the week after. He was like, well, when you coming back? And I'm like, well, I'll be gone for a week and come back out there.
I'll fly back out?
Cool. Literally came back out. I didn't think he was going to do it. Yeah. And my uncle's like, again? Like, like, bro, wait. Nigga used all my canal. So he came back out here, and we ended up going. We went out this time, like after he did his work, and I was like, man, let me take you out. You know, we go out. Yeah, we went out a couple of times.
I think y'all went to Dolphin.
I took him,
right?
Yeah. But I took him to the shrine first. Yeah. And the Murda, if he ever hears this, then I'll make sure to show him this. But like, he'll vouch for this. We were just talking about this the other day. We went to the shrine. Shrine was my club.
At that time, it was popular.
What? I love the shrine. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm Puerto Rican, and it was African American, predominantly black, but I love black women. Like, that's just who I am. And so I was at the shrine every weekend. Like, every week. I knew the bouncer, my brother Ray, and we was in there faithfully. I took Murda there one time. He the only white dude in the place. Like literally. And they dropped the song Gas and Mud in there.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
They dropped it while he was in there, right? And
they
then
didn't know that was him either.
No, they didn't know. I heard it. I'm like, yo, and I told the bouncer, because I was real cool with the bouncer. I said, yo, that's Murda Beats' song. Like, this is Murda Beats. And these are my brothers. He's like, oh, shit, okay, let me tell the DJ. And they give him a shout out in the club. They shout out Murda Beats from New York. And we're like, yo.
Syracuse.
Yo, right. Like, yo. And Murda
Upstate.
And he goes,
Upstate New York.
From New York? Like, bro, I'm from Canada. Like, bro, I don't know where they got New York from. And he even looked at us and told us. I forgot who the DJ was. It might have been like, is it Protege? No, not Protege. It might have been Protege. He got glasses? Yeah. That's Protege. Yeah, it was Protege, bro. Shout out, right. But he didn't know, so it was all love. You know what I'm saying? But Murda got a shout out. And then so I took him out the second time. It was like a Sunday night. It was when they used to do this crazy part. It was at Dolphin.
At Sunday nights, I remember.
Sunday nights at Dolphin was like crazy. That's when Sean Mack.
Yeah.
All that. It was crazy. So I took him there. We got there like 1 a.m., right? And I knew some of the bouncers and promoters and things like that. And we, you know, so we get to the DJ booth and we're kicking it on the couch and chilling. Right. Having a good time. I'm talking about like Dolphin was busting on Sundays.
Hell yeah.
Crazy. Like I'm like, oh yeah, I told Murda, oh yeah, we definitely going here. You know? We go there.
Oh shit.
And having a good time, probably like 30, 40 minutes in. And all we start hearing, like, music is loud, and all we start hearing is bop, bop. And I'm looking like, oh, shit.
No, y'all were there that night?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, yo, they shouldn't. So I immediately grab Murda Beats, throw him to the ground. I had my little brother Angel with me. Yeah. I grab Angel and throw him to the ground. And we on top of people 100%. Like I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like
somebody died. Was that the one that died?
100%. 2 people died, and I had him there. And Murda like, bro, I ain't never come to Chicago. It was crazy.
Wow.
Did he go to the lab and make a beat after that?
No, we went home. We like, bro, I'm not gonna be out after
We went
that.
to Dolphin another time on a Thursday.
Oh yeah, that
weekend.
was when with Big Easy and every party next door. Yeah, and they all came, and that was on a Thursday. And that was a great night.
Was it Dolphin or Green Dolphin?
No, it was
It
Dolphin.
was real.
It was real.
They changed their name so many
That's
times.
what
So
I'm
I don't know. It was a dolphin on the thing. I'm like, yeah, it's dolphin. But yeah, it was a
Yeah, they
crazy
definitely changed
night. And Murda, like, and he'll never forget this story to this day. He always be telling me, "Oh, it saved his life." Like,
Yeah, it's
but it was crazy.
Was that his second time in Chicago or
That was
first?
his second. No, I think he was there before he even knew me. So that might have been his third time.
Okay.
Yeah, he
And
was
then-
there. He actually knew people from the South Side,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
that
fucking
he
with
rocked with because he had the song with Lil Durk and
Right,
all that,
right.
and he rocked with already. But for some reason we just hit it off, man, and then that came up like after that whole little thing, and we just kept in contact after that. We ended up it transitioned to like he started blowing up time at the time.
He was working with Drake, Post Malone, right? He was
Oh,
with
100
Post
everybody.
Malone.
Anybody you could probably
and-
name.
yeah.
Like now, like he's
Murder
just,
on the beat, so,
so
it's not nice.
right.
Once you hear that,
You know he's about to go crazy.
it goes crazy.
So from there, like he had a tour and everything. He had an assistant role, and I was literally his assistant for some time. Like I helped him get his first crib in LA.
Nice.
I went on his first Canadian tour ever,
Nice.
and traveled with him
And you just seen how it worked, right?
100%. And it's but at the time I didn't know music is what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like I'm here with my boy, making sure he's good. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Just like any of y'all, like we was going out of town.
Yeah.
You always want to watch your boy.
Take care of your
know?
people.
So I was security. I was assistant. I booked all his flights for the tour. Him, his manager, Corey. Corey's my bro. If there's anybody you need to know in the music industry, is Corey Litwin. Remember that, man. Hit that dude up. Like, he is
Corey, holla
my
at us.
family. Yeah.
Follow the Running Back
No,
podcast.
Corey. I make sure to tell Corey that Corey Litwin is my brother. That's family. Him and Murda, 100%. Like, they already know. I always look out for him. Like, and Corey to this day is one of the dudes that I always call when I
need advice.
need a question. Yeah. In the music industry, Corey Litwin. That's my bro. Like, and he's Murda Beats' manager. Okay. And me and him always had an understanding, and to this day we always have an understanding of like just anything.
Is that who you went to, like when you first started? Because
well, let me tell you this.
we haven't got into what you do.
Right. We're gonna get into that now. Enough of Murda, you my boy. I love you. And Murda Beats is the GOAT. Always to be the GOAT. 100%. So I'm on tour with Murda in LA, helping him to get his crib and everything. And I don't know if you guys ever had like that gut feeling where like it just, I don't know, you feel like you call for something more, you know what I'm saying? Or like
I was just having a
or like
conversation the
something
other day.
is staring, you know what I'm saying? And I just had that moment, and this was after the tour, everything. I'm in LA and I'm living with Murda. Like I'm kicking it with Murda, like living with him. Help them security codes to the crib, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I just feel like I was being called for something great. You know what I'm saying? I was 27, 28 at the time, just like 2 years ago.
Right.
And I'm just like, man, I don't know. Like I'm a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, I need to start something. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I was being called to start something. So I ended up launching like my own shit, Keystone Music.
Shout out Keystone Management,
100%.
right? Keystone
It's a
Management?
management company. We manage artists, mainly producers is what I really want to work with.
Okay.
Right.
I feel like artists is a lot, man.
Yeah,
Working with an artist
it's a little hard.
is a lot. And DJs. Shout out Enigma. I always got Enigma. Like what? Stop. Enigma knows what's up, man. He's gonna be traveling with us with my producer DJ and everything. He already knows. We got his flights. But so I was with Murda. But when I was with Murda,
Hold on. I think I need some more ice. This is strong. No.
I need some more Douce. I ain't gonna lie. I'm drinking Douce today. My bad. I normally drink Hennessy, but I like.
You want some more ice too?
It gets the job done. Yeah, please.
Okay.
So when I was with Murda, on tour and everything, when you're with someone at that big of a caliber, people are always gonna come at you. You know what I'm saying? So people were always reaching out to me to get that murder connect.
Yeah,
right.
And that happens to me all the time. To this day, it still happens to me. And Murda knows at the end of the day, I got his back. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would never.
Because nigga, what's his number, bro?
100%. Yeah. I would never give a number, any of that. Like,
of course.
That's just not who I am. Same thing, like, y'all, you know, your numbers, anything like that.
Yeah.
Nah, like, I would text you for, like, bro, you good?
Right. Buddy asking for X, Y, and Z.
So, I'm with Murda on tour and everything, and I'm getting DMs to my phone. And I'm always when I go through my DMs. So if you're an artist, producer, anything, slide in my DMs. I go through all that. I promise. I may not get to it the day you send it, but I'll get to it eventually. You know what
I'll see it eventually.
Right, I'll see it eventually. Just like anybody else in the music industry.
I don't like to leave people on red. Like,
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Although I had that,
I've done it. Like, I've honestly left people on red, but I don't like I've been so fucking busy where I've seen it and I can't respond to it. But like, if you send me, like, there's people that send me music or whatever, I've seen it, but I just couldn't respond yet. Yeah. I couldn't even respond to it at the moment. You know what I'm saying? But I know definitely what you mean. So,
I'm getting DMs to my phone, and I go through them, and I come across this one. His name was produced by Sonic, and he hit me. I don't know exactly word for word what he said, but I know it was something like, "Yo, I'm looking for management. Check me out," something like that. Right? I'm like, all right, cool. I hear this all the time.
Yeah, of course.
Like, or no, he told me something like, I'm trying to get to Murda. He wasn't even looking for management. And I'm trying to get to Murda or whatever, woo woo. And
you do that shit right in the mic.
Right, just shaking it.
Little Wayne, we got the cut back.
Right. So I go, and I think this was the time when I was just realizing, like, man, you know, I'm still trying to figure out what I really wanted to do. You know?
Right.
And I'm having that gut feeling at the same time, where it's like I could.
You can hear the calling, but not know what it is.
Know what it
but
was.
this happened to me at the same time because I went to the University of Iowa. That was my first college I ever went to, and I came back because I had this gut feeling where like something was just weird. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was God or something just speaking to me like, "Yo, you're called for something bigger than this." And I don't feel like no one would ever understand it as much as I would. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like anything else, like you understand what you're going through.
Yeah.
And
probably the same thought process when we came with this. Like, it's just, you know, like,
nobody will ever understand.
Yeah.
Like, but you should pursue it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm cool. I come back and I go through Sonic's IG, everything, and I'm looking at. I'm like, all right, he had a song with like Lil Durk.
Oh, did he? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he had a song with Lil Durk. He had a song with I want to say G Herbo or somebody, and I'm like, all right, cool. And I listen to it, and I'm like, man, this shit kind of fire.
Yeah.
At the time, like, I love music, but I can hear it, and it wasn't like it really stood out to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But I came back. I told Murda, like, man, you know what I'm saying? This is I'm gonna come back to the crib. I really like. I don't know if this Murda wanted me full time, 1,000%, like 1,000%.
Yeah.
And he loved being around me. I love being around him. Like, that's my bro. But at the same time, I'm like 28, and I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? Let me figure it out. So I come back to the crib, and I'm listening to Sonic shit, and I'm like, damn, bro, kind of nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of decent. But it didn't stand out to me. It wasn't something like, whoa.
Worth reaching out.
Right.
Yeah.
So I heard it, and I'm like, all right, I rock with this. I reached back out to him. One of the few DMs I ever responded to. One of the few DMs I ever responded to. Oh, Bruce finally made it. Hey, we've been looking for you for like 4 hours, bro.
I'm making sure you good, bro.
Bruce finally made it.
I feel you.
Come share it on my mic, man. So I respond back, and I tell him, man, like, yo, I like your sound. You fire. Like, what else you got or whatever, you know. Again, I don't know verbatim like what exactly our DMs were. I can go back because I ain't never delete our shit. So like, and that's cool. That's actually, you guys brought up a good point. I'm actually gonna go back and figure out how like we actually met.
Yeah.
So it'll be in the movie.
Right. Some crazy shit. So we slid like I responded back to him, whatever. He responded back to me, and from there we just hit it off like, and he was like, "Yo, I'm looking for management," and I'm like, "Shit." I don't know where I'm standing right now. Like I was Murda Beats assistant.
Let's do it together.
But we could figure something out.
Yeah,
like cool. Like I understand what you want. Like they only said in my DMs because they wanted to reach. They wanted Murda Beats, and I get that, and I understood that. And then when I had broke it down to him, like yo, like I'm kind of. Doing my own thing now, but Murda's still my bro. You know what I'm saying? Murda will always be my bro. But I'm not one of those to try and use Murda Beats' name.
And that's good that you
try and level up.
You were honest with him because you're gonna tell him off the back, like,
right?
You're not gonna get murdered from me.
100%.
You like if that's what your goal is.
Stop yourself now.
Stop yourself now.
Exactly. At the end of the day. And I'm not one of those like I don't ever want to use anybody's name. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like even on this podcast, like just talking about Murda, like that's my family, bro. At the end of the day, but
Right.
I don't ever want to use Murda Beats anybody's name to come up. You know what I'm saying? And when I had told Sonic that, he was cool with it. And from there we just hit it off. Like that's he. And again, I don't know what it is because I swear I never respond to anybody's DMs, bro. Like ever. Like I got think about just being with a big celebrity,
Right.
Yeah.
right? And people just constantly sending you messages, or sending you beats, sending you emails, sending you this, like, bro, just play this for Murda, play this.
Right.
And it's like, I'm not gonna play this for Murda, like you know what I'm saying, like because I didn't ever want Murda to feel like I was ever using him.
Right.
You know, one, on top of the fact that when I met Murda, it was just more of, like, that's my bro.
Yeah,
like, I'm kicking it with y'all.
You
like,
met him before the music.
Like, bro,
No,
like,
right.
right, you know what I'm saying?
Before the music, before all that.
And I never wanted Murda to ever feel like that. You know what I'm saying? But I have so much respect for Murda Beats to this day because he's the one that damn near introduced me to the music industry. Okay. He's the one that opened that door. He's the one
the reason why you're doing what
100%.
you're doing.
I would never, ever, ever, ever be in this music industry if it wasn't for Murda Beats and his manager, Corey Livin. But I would have never met Corey if it wasn't for Murda. So it just comes down to Murda Beats. Like, I would never, ever be in this. I would never be traveling. I would never be having my own management company. Never be managing one of the fires producers from Chicago, like Sonic, if it wasn't for Murda. And I feel like everybody knows that. At the end of the day, like in my family, you know, it's crazy. Going back to my Uncle Andy, don't forget what y'all want to say. My Uncle Andy, if I brought him here, remember how he first thought about Murda? Like, yo, who's bro? Yeah.
He'll come, give me a mic, he'll speak.
My nigga, he'll be the first one to be like, when's Murda coming back, bro?
That's how he can use the car.
Right.
I know he's not used
what's
to
crazy,
this.
anytime I'm with Murda Beats and Murda Beats will tell you this. I'll FaceTime my Uncle Andy, or Andy would know because he sees us on social media.
Right.
He'd be like, oh, you with Murda? Like, hi. Call, whatever. Tell him I said, what's up?
Yeah.
And I would always FaceTime Andy because Murda knew he rocked with Andy let Murda use the car. I don't want to drop my uncle's name, but that's my Uncle Andy. And that's no, you know what? I am going to shout him out. I am going to shout him out. You know why? Because he housed me. Him and my Aunt Joanna, they housed me all through college, everything. I was on my own, right, 100%. I had to pay rent, but I'll tell you shit, right? But they looked out for me so much, and they housed me, Murda Beats. They didn't even know they had a fucking celebrity in their crib, the top producer in the crib now. Love. And to this day, Andy will always like ask for Murda Beats, always. And Murda Beats, I'll FaceTime him. He'll always talk to Andy. Like that's like his uncle now.
Sure.
And I'll FaceTime Murda right now. He'll be like, "Bro, where's Andy?" But Andy that's I got so much to say behind it. Gonna get started.
That's love.
So then, fast forward to now. Where did you get the Keystone? The name. Is it symbolic? Does it have like a meaning to it?
So I mean, like we started.
When did you officially
Sonic,
launch?
Right after I got Sonic, last year actually, because me and Murda, when I was on tour, Murda Beats' first tour, Canadian tour, was January. We were in 2019. It was January 2018. Okay. And that whole year went through, and Sonic kind of reached out to me in like the spring of January 2018, and we officially launched my company, it was January 2018. So in the summertime.
Oh, okay.
And in the summertime.
January.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm tweaking so hard.
Do say make you do say what you don't want to say.
Nah, June 2018. So the summertime in June.
Okay.
And then we had it's been a year. So I launched my company in the summertime last year, and then I also Sonic has his company now. It's called Hits by Sonic.
Okay.
Yeah, so follow Sonic on Instagram, man.
I did follow him.
Produced by Sonic, man. Follow him.
I think I'm following him too.
He's a
I said I think I'm following him too. Yeah.
This guy, I promise you. I'm not saying this because I manage him.
I think I DM'd you on Facebook. Like, yo,
I rarely ever check my Facebook.
I know,
so if you hit me on Facebook, I'm
I
rarely ever
can tell
on there.
because I replied like
I'm ready. You want me to check it right now, bro?
No, you responded. You responded to me.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
That might be his
I'm
manager.
ready, right?
Because I hit him up. I was like, yo, did Sonic produce this? Like this Roddy Ricch song.
So for those who don't know Sonic, like Sonic is like Roddy Ricch's main producer, and Roddy Ricch is one of the hottest artists out right now.
Roddy Ricch going.
Shout out Can Express.
That's produced by Sonic. Can Express, that's Sonic shit.
Reef
man.
knows his music.
Yeah.
Right, I like
I
Reef.
hear his tag in the beginning.
Solid. Right, 100%. Yeah,
That's a hard.
he's going crazy, and I don't know if y'all know, but Roddy Ricch's next album is December 6th, which is next Friday.
Oh shit.
We got
Where's the
five.
release
We got
party?
5
I'll fly
songs
out,
on that album.
I'll fly
Five
out.
of them.
Where-
5 songs
where's
on
the
that
release
album.
party? I know
It's supposed to be in LA, but we'll see. Sonic has to contact Roddy Ricch. We haven't had it.
Oh,
We
you haven't
heard
set
anything
anything
yet.
up yet?
Yeah,
Okay.
nothing yet. But we'll see. But we have 5 songs on that album. The album is going crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like artists are getting away from that though.
nuts.
Working with
Release-
just one main producer type thing.
Yeah.
A couple
Well,
guys going back to it, but
100%. And I mean, there's just a lot of producers coming up nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
we
it's
spoke about
just-
it earlier. The producing, like we said, producers are like artists now.
Yeah, 100%. And they're signing as
Signing
artists.
deals.
Signing deals as artists. And I'm so proud about that, which is why I'm not like scared to manage a producer now, because the producers are getting so much recognition nowadays.
Right.
And they deserve it, because if you think about music, shit starts with the beat. It starts
The
like
soul of the
they're
song.
the one.
The soul of the song comes from the beat.
Producers are the ones that are creating the vibe.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
and Sonic is like, he's a fucking monster.
you have your casual fans who not listening to the lyrics.
Right.
Just banging on the
Just
beat.
making, and you know what's so
Banging the
crazy?
song
You
to the
say that,
beat.
listen to this. I promise you. Look, Sonic sends me most of his beats after he's done creating, or he'll FaceTime me this morning.
Yeah.
Calls me. Check this beat out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, play, come on, what's up? And he'll play it for me, and it's literally like just the beat. It's just the beat, right?
yeah,
he just created it.
uh-huh.
Sonic wakes up every day at 7 a.m.
Starts working.
Fucking makes beats.
Yeah, crazy.
Today he made 7 beats.
Nice.
Today alone. Like that's
Yeah.
all he does.
Yeah.
And he'll play the beat, and like he'll send it to me or whatever. I'll be in my car
Turked up, no music.
bumping just the beat, bro. I swear I'm not lying. Like
Car speakers hit
I'll-
different.
right, 100%.
That's the car test. If it's a song's a hit,
100%.
put it
You
in
know
the
what's
car.
crazy? Have you ever seen the Travis Scott the
Documentary?
documentary on Netflix?
Yeah.
After he makes his songs or whatever,
Yeah.
he'll go back to his Range Rover, play it in his Range Rover with all his bros.
Yeah.
And if it sounds
hits,
nice in there,
yeah, it's
all right, cool, it's a hit.
It's a hit.
That's crazy. Not a lot of people know that. Like
true.
Travis Scott would literally play his shit in the car after he makes a song, leaves the studio, go to his car, play it in his car, and if
The car
it's
test is necessary.
right, because where do most people listen to their music? It's in the car when they riding. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like,
Yep.
and that's just what it is. But Sonic is a monster. He's
Yeah.
a monster, and I'm telling people now, like, he's gonna be a problem. Like, he's definitely made his print on the music industry. Like,
What's your plan? Like as a manager, I know you guys speak about everything you guys got going
everything all the
next
time.
and everything.
And I think
What's your goal for him? You
what's
know?
key is like in the managing is you have to have a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more than just music with me and Sonic.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
more than that. Like, he's Mexican. Not a lot of people probably even know that. It's
Right.
like, yo, he's 100% Mexican making some
Making
trap
trap,
shit.
straight.
Like,
some
it's
straight
crazy.
shit,
He's
yeah.
Mexican making 100% trap shit. And, like, he met Roddy Ricch when Roddy Ricch had like 2,500 followers on Instagram.
Oh shit!
Just 2,500. Like, think about that. You know
Right,
what I'm
that's
saying? Like,
popular kid at school.
Right. Like grammar school or something. Or high school. With 2,500 followers, people look at this and like, oh, that ain't nothing.
That's a community. That's a community. That's
right. Like his hood.
Yeah, that's his hood. Yeah,
that's Roddy Ricch shit. I didn't even know Roddy Ricch at the time. This was last year, bro. Like when I signed Sonic. So we started our companies. I signed Sonic to my company, right? Because you just want to have a company. You want everything operating through the LLC. You know what I'm saying? So
for sure.
Sign him. Sonic's telling me, man, Sonic always sends me artists. Like that's just who he is. Yeah. And Sonic, he really has an ear for this shit, man. Right. Like I tell people all the time, the best people in the music industry are the people that just have the ear for it. Like they just know. And it's those. We were going back talking pre-show about the creative people and how they just creative. Yeah. They just know. We never understand what the fuck they're thinking, but we and just then they'll know, come sit there and play some shit. Right, and it's crazy. And Sonic is the same way. Like he just plays the keys, all this, and like he's just super creative, and he has it. Yeah. I didn't notice that when he first sent me his music and everything. But like over this whole year, like we officially made a year. My business been a year. Shout out Keystone, everything, man. Finally, 1 year anniversary, man.
You didn't get to how you named it though.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was the question that started.
It's just so much to talk about. Keystone. I grew up.
You've been traveling. You've been traveling so much. I ain't seen you in so long.
Right.
So we ain't caught up. We ain't caught up in a minute. Y'all stay tuned. We catching up right now.
It's a lot of shit. This is gonna be a long podcast. Yeah. So Keystone, like I grew up. I'll never forget the address either. 2047 North Keystone.
I'll never forget 2751. You never forget where you grew up.
Never forget. Never. And it's Keystone and Dickens. Mozart Park was my park. Ames Middle School was the middle school I went to.
That's why you
every morning, 100% was through Mozart Park, Ames Middle School. Before we even fucking went to school, we would wake up at like 6:30 a.m., go meet at Mozart Park, and everybody was outdoor hooping. Right. And anybody that's hearing this from around Mozart Park knows that it's true. That went to the same yard. Like, that's just real. We would hoop every morning before school, go to school sweaty as hell. Like, the right way. And then go to these boring ass classes. And then after that, go back to Mozart Park and we would hoop. Like, and Keystone is where I grew up on. That's the street I grew up on. And
so that's where it came
home. That's where Keystone music came from. Has nothing affiliated to with any gangs, anything.
No, it's about your roots.
I know a lot of people look at it, like, nah, like I just grew up on Keystone. And that's my roots. And my family grew up on Keystone. Yeah. Like, my pops grew up on Keystone. Like, and that's
not to take this, like, completely south.
I feel like we've been all over the place anyway.
But I'm going to take it.
We're going to take you around the world and back on the Running Back podcast.
You want to know what my porn? Like my porn?
What?
My porn? My porn? Hold on. Saliva got caught. Hold on. My porn star name.
Pornhub dropping back.
We talked about last week. Pornhub page.
Wait, what podcast is this?
Running back.
We didn't tell you the name of the couch.
Running back. That's the casting couch. Call it the casting couch.
Somebody wants a lot of porn.
No. So what I was gonna say is, let me run it back. My porn star name would have been Bobby Haddon. My middle name is Bobby. The street I lived on was Haddon. So I was like, damn, you know. When I remember I was in 7th grade. They had like career day. They said, what do you want to do? You know, I'm class clown. I want to work in the adult industry. What the fuck? I didn't say no porn star. I need a manager.
Shit, that is a big. There's some big money in there. I got you.
The strings and the views
go crazy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Bobby Haddon is hot, B.
That dude sound fire.
Bobby Haddon on the beat. I'll start producing.
Right.
Give me Sonic. Tell Sonic to get me in the studio, and I'm a boom.
Right.
Was this before or after you got flew out to Puerto Rico?
Oh shit! It's definitely after. The way he's talking right now, that shit was after.
I have never been flown out. I've had an old man try to fly me out.
Oh shit!
What's going on here? What's going on?
Oh man!
Josh fly out a lot, so.
Hold on.
It ain't for no.
Something's clicking.
We not recording no more?
Something going on. Hold on.
Man, you missing some heat right now.
What's going on here?
Percy, big toe ass.
Big foot ass.
Something unplugged or something. I don't know what's going on.
Save it. Stop it if you can. Where we at on the camera?
25 minutes.
That was only 25 minutes?
Oh, the second video. So we're like 50 something.
Oh, okay. I'm like, that was not
55
minutes.
My phone.
No, listen what you watch.
What,
Listen to it.
Listen to how I sound?
No, listen to that. That's where we stopped.
Shit.
That's where we stopped.
Yeah, all of this shit is.
We're cutting.
Hey,
I'm scratching my head like.
We back.
I'm glad you said something because I would have never. I thought it was a serious question. I'm like, what is my porn like? Or so whatever.
Let me tell you about my porn.
no, my bad. But you know, I had the significance behind my name.
No, Bobby had it. Will be fired. I ain't gonna lie.
Bobby
You should
had
do
it.
sound fire. You should be a
I
rapper.
think that's gonna be no. I honestly, so I went to school for business management. Like that's what I went for school for. So I wanna be a man. I want to be in management. So like what we talk about here a lot is with the Run It Back podcast, like a Run It Back media company, where we have a management department, we have a marketing department, we have everything that we're working with. And I feel like with management, I feel like that's like I said, A&R. I feel like I'm an A&R for the Run It Back podcast. You know, like I just constantly working, and he's the producer, executive, whatever. And
A&R is such a big role, man. Like for real.
And I seen I don't know if you've seen this. It was like a little interview they did. They said that A&Rs are kind of falling off the map. I don't know. I know you're in
the music industry.
In the music industry because of the turnover of like artists that are coming in. You know, artists are one-hit wonders, or they're hot for 1 year, and these artists, A&Rs are like artist developments,
right?
So they're not developing these artists; they're signing them to one record deals or 1 year deals.
Almost intentional.
And it is intentional.
Yeah.
They're signing them for when they're the hottest. And
we got
then,
a buzz. We're gonna catch this.
Make that money.
And then boom. So I heard that the A&R is kind of, but I don't know. I'm not.
I don't really I don't know too many A&Rs like that, but I will say there's one A&R. His name is Kiefer, and that's Roddy Rich's A&R right now. And
where's Roddy Rich signed to?
Interscope.
Everybody. Interscope.
No, Atlantic. I'm sorry.
Atlantic?
It's Atlantic. It's
Atlantic.
Atlantic. 100%. It's Atlantic. And
the baby signed Interscope.
Yeah. Kiefer's the one that he damn near besides Sonic already knew Roddy Rich, but Kiefer's the one that kind of helped Roddy Rich get to where he's at now, and he plays that A&R role, and he was one of those that grinding. And Kiefer is crazy is that Kiefer did a podcast about a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Nice.
Y'all should definitely check it out.
Where's he from? Is he from
LA? Compton. They are from Compton. That's where Roddy Rich is from.
He's
but I can see how people. But he's a good fucking dude, man. Like I met him plenty of times, just being around Roddy Rich, being with Sonic, and us flying.
I did see Sonic was on Polo G's album too, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
That album, that is my favorite.
Shout out Polo G, man. He got us our first fucking gold plaque, man. First number one on the top Billboard? Rap album, Billboard. Yeah, he got us our first plaque. And that was huge. And then Sonic had the song Effortless on that album.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone I talked about the Polo G, because as soon as you hit that first song, what the fuck is it called? I can't think of it,
but I know Dying Breed stand out.
Yeah.
Dying Breed is number 2, I think.
I was on Polo G 2 years ago.
Really?
I was showing my girl, I'm like, yo, listen to this kid. He's hot. And she was like, he's cool, but I'm like, no, he could melodize, he could rap. You know what I'm saying?
You want to hear something crazy about Polo G?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm managing Sonic, right? It's probably 5-6 months in. Sonic hits me and was like, yo, check this song out.
The first song.
Lost Flies. You like that?
What? How do you start an album with
his whole album was fire.
Yo, I went to his concert when he came here.
Yeah, his whole album.
I mean, it was like a teenage concert.
That's his crap. But he has that shit, because he's young.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Probably 20, 21, something
when
like 20.
When I first heard him, he was 17, 18. After he came out of jail and all that stupid shit.
So Polo G, obviously from Chicago, Sonic sends me a song, and it's just his biggest song, man. Like coming up, what is it? With his little sister. No, before that.
I got his music up right here.
Oh, it's the one where he's wearing a fucking
The white,
with the red tie. He's on down. I think he's on the beach or something with his sisters.
That's that. Okay, that
What
video.
song? Wait, I gotta hear this because I'm tweaking right now. I know this
We all
song
know
because
the
this
song.
shit was
It's his
fire.
honest- yeah.
It was one of his best songs out. Like
What is it?
It might be on his album.
It is on. It was on his album.
On the current album?
What?
Or which album?
Oh no.
Finer Things.
Finer
100%.
Things.
Finer
Finer
Things.
Things.
Yes. So Sonic sends me this video, Finer Things and everything. And I'm like, yo.
Wait, so that was before he produced
This is
it?
This was before we even knew him.
Okay. That's the
I'ma
first
tell you,
video.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you the story of how we met him.
Uh-huh.
So this is before we even knew him. I'm like, yo, this kid is fire, and I sent it to my bros too, and I'm like, yo, this kid got it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And so we, time goes by or whatever. My boy Josh K, shout out to Josh K. He's another dope
Josh K,
artist
yeah,
from Chicago, singer, whatever. He's like, I'm managing Sonic for like 7-8 months, and I hit up Josh K. I'm like, yo, we were just trying to cook up some beats. Can we get to the studio? Josh K owns a studio.
Okay.
We go to the studio, whatever, and it's just Sonic just to make beats. Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
Josh K tells us while we're in the session, he's like, yo, Young Chop is literally in the studio right next door to us. And I'm like, oh, we're cool. And I was like, Sonic already knows Young Chop. So Sonic is one that, like, he's already knows all these producers. Everybody from Chicago, like, Sonic got it sold up. Like, he was just, Sonic was on top of his game.
Right.
So we go to the next studio session, Young Chop, and we're in there, and there's hella dudes in there, right? And that's typical studio session. People kicking in, they're chilling. Yeah. And we're in there, and Josh K, like, and I remember Young Chop saying to this day, he was like, this the producer you talking about? like, yo, I know Sonic already.
Right.
Like, Sonic was already making noise. Like, oh, man, cool, what up? Sonic knew Young Chop. And I'm looking around the room, and we're just chilling, and Sonic's looking around the room, and Sonic taps him. He's like, yo.
That's Shorty.
That's Polo G over there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Polo G. I'm like, oh, Polo G. He's like, yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, no way, get the fuck out of here. He's like, bro, that's him.
So wait, he was in Young Chop's
He was in Young, he was with Young Chop Studio. And then Josh K's like, who is that? And I'm like, yo, that's Polo G.
Yeah, he coming up.
And he's a dope artist. Like, I could send you a song, whatever. But Sonic been on to him. Like, Sonic has a good ear. Like, I'm trying to tell people, like, Sonic has an ear for this shit. So we're in the studio. We ended up, like, moving studio sessions, going back to Josh K's studio session. Young Chop, everybody comes, because I guess they had a session booked together, whatever. And we're in there, and we're chilling, chopping it up, whatever. And then Young Chop was like, yo, he tells Sonic, play some shit for bro.
Yeah.
And bro was Polo G.
Right. Okay.
And he's like, I'm like, shit, this worked out. All right, cool. Like, he starts playing. They make a crazy song that hasn't been released.
This is like right as
hasn't been released.
Right. Polo G, dog. Polo G, nobody knows even. Only Chicago probably knows who Polo G. Nobody else knew. This was before. This was like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
2 years ago. That's when I first started hearing him.
Right. That's when he was like buzzing. That whole fine.
And
they ended up making a crazy song that hasn't been released. I'm hoping Polo G released this shit. It's crazy. But they built that relationship from there, and now we landed on his album, Effortless.
Go crazy.
One of the top songs on the album, in my opinion.
Everyone
I'm not
talks
being
about,
biased.
No, everyone
I'm not
talks,
being biased. Like, that shit is really...
My little 15-year-old cousin, yo, Polo G, Effortless. I'm like, no, listen to these songs.
Right.
But they're like, no, Effortless. And I'm listening,
like
I'm like, Effortless is that
Effortless
one.
is fire. But I love Dying Breed. Like, Dying Breed is my shit.
I was just telling her.
Dying Breed, but I'm still...
Dying Breed is so easy to listen to.
What? That shit is a hit. I need something to sound like, yo, Dying Breed is a hit. My bad.
It's so crazy. He's from over here.
It's
he's
crazy.
from
Right. And Sonic already was on to him and everything. They ended up building a relationship, and to this day, every time we go to LA, Polo lives in LA. Yeah, he's back in LA, and we'll always think with Polo G. Like, that's just Sonic's bro now. They text and whatever all the time.
Right.
Sonic, matter of fact, just sent them beats like this morning. Sent them a whole pack of beats, and man, his next album's gonna be even crazy. He's already working on his next album.
Polo?
Crazy, yeah, Polo. Yeah.
Gotta keep working.
You got to. If you ain't working, you getting out work.
Right. And it's
Some-
just like anything
how
else.
would that saying go?
It's just like anything else. When you're not, like, if you're hooping, if you stop hooping,
Yeah,
you're going
you
to fall off.
slow down.
Music, if you stop rapping, you're not in the booth as often, it's going to die out.
Right.
Like, you lose that shit over a course of time.
And, like, the environment that you guys are in creates a high, like, creative environment. When you're around a bunch of different artists and you're in a room and people are vibing, that's when people perform. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I got to be on my shit. I'm sure Sonic was like, I'm going to play my best beat right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, you know what's crazy? So, Polo G actually is, the way he records is very different.
Yeah.
Like, so he's one of the few that, like, he be writing his shit down. Like, I don't know if you guys been in studio sessions, but I've been in a lot of studio sessions
people just
lately.
go in?
Well, artists where they just go in the booth and they're kind of just like,
take the Lil Wayne.
I'll be in the music industry.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know
do
what I'm saying?
the
Like,
fucking around.
and they're just kind of like freestyling. Polo
Right.
G's dope as fuck. He's actually, and you'll play a beat for him and he'll listen to it.
Right.
And no, they'll loop the beat. Like, they'll just keep playing that shit. We're sitting there, even if it's an hour long, he's just writing.
Yeah.
And then he'll let you know when he's ready to go in the booth. Like, that's just how he records.
For sure.
I feel like that would be me.
Right.
That is my style.
Right. So that first
definitely
time
my
we
style.
met Polo G, Sonic's playing beats, and Polo G, they're hard beats, like they're fire. You know what I'm saying? And when Polo G's like, he already had this melody in his head. He already had something that he already written.
Right.
Yeah.
And he told Sonic, man, let's create something. Sonic
Also
literally
on the
had to
spot?
create something on the spot.
Oh, shit.
The very first time they met.
That's what I'm saying. That creative, like, environment pushed him.
Yeah.
And he, you know what I'm
Because
saying?
Polo G already, he's so creative.
Yeah.
He's so dope.
Oh, yeah, mastermind.
Like, he already has shit that he already written, and he already has the melody. Like, he just be having
He knew
all
the
that
song.
shit.
He knew
Right.
the
He
song.
knows the song.
I can
and
hear
he
the
just needs to
song
find the
already.
tempo.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
and that's how he records. Like, he's just, you come in the booth, and it's just like, nah, bro, like, those beats are fire, but it's not what I'm looking
That's
for
not the
right
one
now.
right now.
So
Yeah.
Sonic he literally created something on the spot, and it happens all the time. We come to the studio with Polo. Polo's super fucking dope.
That takes talent too, though.
Super
on
talent.
On Sonic's
Oh,
end.
Sonic, right. I was nervous for Sonic. I'm like, bro, you gonna make him sound like what's up?
Because sometimes you got the idea, but you just, like, sometimes it's just the wrong sound.
Right.
You know, or
Right.
like, it's not the right,
But
the
I
right kick or
will
the right
say,
hi-hat
like,
or something.
Sonic is, every time he's been put on the spot, he fucking produces. Like, it's
And
crazy. Like,
and
he just shows how talented he is. Like, Sonic's a monster.
Mamba mentality.
100%. A monster.
To be in your position to, like, where you really can't help him. Think about it. Like, you can't be like, it's like, this is your time, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you're there. You're the manager.
Right.
So it's not like we're all here at this point. We're here where we need to be. It's game time.
Right.
This is why I believe in you. You know what I'm
100%.
saying? And he came and he keeps coming.
He kills it.
He keeps killing.
He kills it. And now he's killing it to this day,
So,
man. Like,
do you want to, like, not booking a lot, but do you want to sign another, like, producer, artist, or do you want to focus just specifically on what you guys got going on
at this moment right now, like, I kind of just want to focus
on
with Sonic.
Sonic.
Yeah. And he's already buzzing. And by next year, I feel like he
Take
is
over.
going to be
Take
on 100%. Like, we have 7 songs dropping next month.
next week?
We got-
2 weeks, right?
Well, December 6th, we
December?
have
Okay.
5 songs with Roddy Ricch. Literally 5 days after that, we just found out we made Lil Durk's OTF mixtape.
Oh, shit.
With his whole OTF family. We have 2 more songs on there. So we have a total of 7 songs dropping next month. So, like, yeah,
You know,
December's
tell
going to
them
be a crazy
what
month,
secret
bro.
projects people got working on in the works too, you
I
know?
mean, we sent a lot. We have a connect to a lot of major artists in the industry, and I mean, we send the beats all the time. So it's just a matter, and that's the kind of fun thing in the music industry. You get that phone call like, "Yo, bro, you just made Dude album," like, and it's fun about it.
Go ahead. How does it work, like, with the legal stuff? So, like, when it comes to, you know, you have an artist or your producer, and then you come, and then to get on an album, how does all that, it takes clearance? Is there, like,
100%.
you know, you got to sign off on something, Sonic got to sign up off something? Is it go through a bunch of different channels?
There's a lot of, like, there's a lot of lawyers involved.
Lawyers? So you have lawyers, that
100%.
everything is...
I have my lawyer. Sonic has a lawyer. And then any artists he's working with, obviously they're big artists, so they are lawyered up with the record labels and everything. So yeah, you have to go through lawyers. And it's literally like the lawyers are communicating with themselves. You know what I'm saying?
That's clearing on your behalf.
Us managers will talk and we'll come to an agreement like, all right, this is the advance. This is going to be how much the percentage of the pub, how much points, royalty, and things like that.
Right.
And
because each song is different. Like,
each song is different. Yeah.
Depending on the artist.
And then the managers will come to agreement. We're like, all right, cool. And then we'll tell our lawyers like, yo, this is what we agreed on.
Right.
How y'all
and they write up contracts, right?
Everything.
So it sounds,
and then they'll send a contract. And they'll be like, all right, it's ready to sign.
Kind of like what you...
It sounds very similar to the real estate process.
Really?
That's crazy. The two agents, basically the managers.
Right.
We come to the agreement and then
so you gotta type
we send it to the lawyer. It's been typed up already. We kind of just fill in the blank.
Format.
Right. And then after like a period that you've been doing this shit for so long, it's kind of like the same shit over and over.
At this point, it's like
copy and paste.
4.5 minutes. And then send it to the lawyers.
And then shout out to the lawyers, man. We have a dope lawyer. His name is Adam Friedman. He's from fucking New York. Nice. One of the coldest lawyers we ended up coming across. And like lawyers play a huge role in the music industry.
So in music, is it kind of like, are the lawyers kind of like at each other's neck, or is kind of like we all want to come to some kind of agreement?
You know what's so crazy is that the lawyers in the music industry, because our lawyer isn't just assigned to us.
Right.
So like we'll book. Obviously we have a contract, whatever. But he's also probably managing with other artists. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a lawyer and you've been in the music industry for a certain period of time, you've probably been talking to this other lawyer, dealing with other people.
That's exactly the same as
this. Right. So it's like they probably be eating dinner together. It's like, bro, you working? All right, let's go. Let's just do this. And
let's make this talk to your people. I'll talk to my people.
Right. It's the same thing. And
that's what's up. That's what's up.
And they all know each other at the end of the day. Unless you're new coming into the music industry and it's just like, you know,
we don't know you, so we gonna fuck with you a little bit.
Right.
There's always that initiation.
100%, and anybody knows the lawyers are a huge role in the music industry. Probably the same thing with anything else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, the lawyers play a huge role, which is probably why they go to school for so many years. Like they're so important in society. You know what I'm saying?
So true. So I want to run us back to back when you said that you felt like you had this calling, right? Mm-hmm. So how has your life changed since you answered that calling? Feelings,
I mean,
what you've been doing, what you've been up to,
like overall,
how's the family reacted, like
your family,
I mean,
everything. How are you doing? Are you happy?
What it feel like?
Yeah, what do you feel like?
I would say like the music industry, the music shit kind of just fell on my lap.
Yeah.
I kind of ran with it. Like I ended up growing. Like I grew this passion for it and everything, and like. I just love music now, and I love what I'm doing. And I'm such a people person that I feel like it's just natural. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I can walk into any studio session. Like I travel with Sonic everywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere he goes, I'm there by his side. We've been to Atlanta, New York, LA.
All over.
All over, like everywhere. All the major cities you could think of. And I'm always by his side, and we'll go into the studio sessions and like he'll do his thing, making beats, whatever. And I'm in the back, I'm just networking. You know what I'm saying? Meeting people, and that's what it comes down to.
For sure.
All about who you know. You know? So yeah, man, life has been good, man. It's been Sonic. I will say he's been keeping me very busy, but it's fun.
Busy's good.
It always is, especially if you love what you're doing.
Right.
Like I've grew a passion for music and everything, and I love what I'm doing. And it just, anytime I get an email from the lawyer or anything, like, that shit is exciting. Super exciting. Like, I'm like, yo, oh shit, okay, cool, bro, we gotta sign this.
Right.
Like,
yo, I get excited for a new follower on the podcast.
I
text like person, yo, 3 more people follow the podcast. So I couldn't even understand, you know, to see it grow.
Right,
you know?
and I feel like when we were going to school and everything, all the shit they've been teaching us is just like, it's cool. I feel like they were forcing this upon us, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And now it's just like, I'm doing something that I love, and I can do what I want. I can maneuver around this industry the way that I want to maneuver, you know what I'm saying? And I've grown to love music now, and like, it's really just a part of me. and
So you know
it's changed my life. My family loves it. I brought the fucking billboard home, the
Nice.
plaque, and
Hell yeah.
we had a
That's what's up.
celebration. The whole family was going crazy, like, and they support anything that I do. And man, it's just dope. It's just a dope feeling, man. And especially knowing that you got a producer that, and I believe Sonic's gonna be fucking huge. Like we be speaking things into existence, and we just like,
do that shit.
right. And,
Think big. If not,
and he's gonna be big, man. Mark my words. 2020, you will hear more of Sonic. That's a fact. fact. So yeah, music, man, it's definitely changed a lot of things, and I'm blessed. Like, I don't know why it happened, why I was pushed back from Iowa, why the whole Murda Beats thing I had to do full time, like, but everything happens for a reason, and I just run with it now, man.
I tell people don't question blessings, man.
I swear to
Right,
God.
and no one would ever understand.
Yeah.
No one would ever understand, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with me, like, I know why it happened,
Right.
and I'm just gonna continue just being great at what I want to do, you know?
So it seemed like the chips really just fell into place. Like, we just went through the whole timeline, basically, of
Yeah, hell yeah. Your last 2
Xbox
years.
Live.
Last like 8 years.
Yes,
It's dope,
man.
though. It's dope, though.
Yeah, there's probably a lot more I could say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What's the biggest lesson so far? Because I'm sure you get like a bunch of problems arise every day. Not even problems, but just, obstacles that come in the music industry. What's like the biggest lesson you learned, or any advice that you have for someone that wants to be in a position like you? Management, or even working with an artist or anything like that.
Man, just be ready to be able to handle whatever comes your way. The music industry.
Last minute flights. Just go.
Oh yeah, 100%. But even on like, there's a lot of finessing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff that goes on in the music industry, and you just want to be able to be ready to handle whatever that comes.
That's a
comes
great
your
way to put that.
You know what I'm saying?
It
Like,
is.
Yeah.
You
You
have
gotta
to.
know how to
lot of
talk,
finessing.
B.
You have to know how to talk. You have to know how to be ready for it, because a lot of people will test you.
Yeah.
And this happened to us.
On
It
multiple
happens to everybody,
levels.
right?
Yeah.
They'll test you. You're a newcomer. You're a new producer. You're a new manager.
They try to treat
This is
you.
what we're gonna give you.
Yeah.
You
And call
know
it
what I'm saying?
normal, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is
This is
right.
standard.
This is what normally happens.
Yeah.
But it's like
So have you had that where it's like, me and Sonic, this is not what we want to do?
100%.
Okay.
And there's one advice in the music industry is like, whatever you stand for. You know what I'm saying?
Stand
Like,
on it.
you don't have to accept whatever lawyers or anything people are giving you. Like, you can always. And what's crazy is that young producers, the young artists are always like, when they get a huge first placement or something,
Right.
it's just like, oh yeah, you got to do it. But nah, not all money is good money.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
me and Sonic abide by this to this day. And we have an understanding. And Sonic will tell you whenever he comes on this podcast, like, not all money is good money.
Yeah.
We'll turn down money. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. If it just
It
doesn't
doesn't
align
fit
up,
y'all.
it's cool. We'll miss out on that placement.
Yeah.
But
Y'all know your worth.
100%. And
get
that's
it back
just what
on
it
the
comes
other
down
side,
to. On the
for
other
sure.
Right. And you have to be like that. You have to be like that. Because if not, people will run over you in the music industry.
Yeah.
And that's a fact.
And then 6 months from now, you're nowhere.
Well, yeah, right.
Yeah,
Or
You gotta hit something
we're
that you're
just
not
like
getting
a
royalties
Chicago
on.
producer,
exactly.
like the hottest
Just
Chicago.
Chicago,
But
that's
nah,
it.
we
Yeah.
playing like we have vision. We
National,
trying
yeah.
to take over the world. You
Keystone
know what I'm saying?
worldwide.
Like, right,
Yeah.
right. I want to see people repping Keystone
yeah,
in
yeah.
China.
And that's the goal. That's
Right,
the goal.
Rocking
right.
the Clay
Why
Thompsons.
can't why can't we dream big? Like, we gotta
sure.
dream big. That's why I started this shit, man.
That's what's
Like,
up.
I expect this, and I plan for this to be huge. You know what I'm
D
saying?
Rose said, "Why not me?"
Right.
Right, the year before he won the MVP.
MVP.
Why not?
Right. Why can't
This
it
is
be him?
episode 23. We got one of the GOATs in Chicago.
Appreciate
Episode
y'all,
23
man.
right
Yes.
here.
What you got next coming up for Keystone?
Man, 2020. I plan on signing another producer.
Oh, do you 2020?
Yeah, that's my vision for 2020. I want to sign another producer. I think I'm ready to handle that.
Bobby
I think
had it.
Sonic's getting. I think Sonic's getting to that point.
Okay.
You
Where
know
he
what I'm
knows
saying?
where he can.
Yeah, we're getting to that point, and he's ready to start expanding his business.
Right.
But we definitely see a deal in 2020, and we've been getting calls already.
Let
So
me know,
stay
we need some
tuned.
managers
Stay
or
tuned.
something, you know what
We
I'm
getting
saying?
deals all the way.
Bro. I'll be an apprentice for 6 months.
Right. 2020 is gonna be a big year, man. And I feel like just saying 2020 in general,
It's
like
crazy.
it's so crazy.
Yeah, it really is.
So crazy. It's like the start of a new century.
2020 is
what?
nuts.
Yes, be ready. Stay in tune. Keystone, man.
When I think about time, like 2007 feels like 5 years ago, right? And like 2008, you'd be like, "Yo, that feels like 5 years ago." Then you're like, "Holy shit,
Bro, I was just watching Judge Mathis episode from 03.
that sound like 2000.
From 03. And I was like,
Mathis.
man, I remember 03.
No, I
Like,
yeah.
Like, it don't feel like 17 years ago.
Crazy.
No, yeah.
But you know what's crazy? I seen Judge Mathis at the shrine plenty of times, bro. It's
Shout out
crazy.
Judge
That's
Mathis, man.
crazy.
That is so
I used to see him
funny.
in the section at the shrine, bro. Yes, it's probably the one that I brought Murda there. That's crazy.
Yo, that's dope. That's dope. Let everybody know where they can follow you at, man.
Oh man, yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, THEJAY.Q, THEJAY.Q. And that's it.
How about
your artist?
Oh, Sonic, produced by Sonic, PRODSONIC. Oh no, PRODBYSONIC. Produced by Sonic.
No,
On
and
IG.
your Keystone page. That's what I'm saying, your
Keystone.
page.
At
Way too much
KMMGMT.
spelling, yeah.
Right, it's too much. I'm off the deep
say
y'all.
y'all.
I feel like I'm at a spelling bee, bro. Y'all can't be doing this shit.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Right.
Language of origin.
Hold on, bro.
playing a game.
I'm crazy. Nah.
Who's saying the alphabet? Right?
This shit crazy. I'm sorry. I made them all drink on this episode.
No,
My bad.
He almost brought the Jenga for you, bitch.
This is the first time we actually have a drink.
Really?
on the
Cheers to
episode.
that. I
Cheers.
appreciate y'all,
Hey,
man. I'm
here
glad
we
I
go.
started the tradition.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's the first time we're having a drink out here.
And we definitely feel it. I ain't gonna lie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, follow that.
That's what's
man.
up. That's what's up.
Appreciate y'all for real, for real.
So let the world know the hottest podcast in Chicago.
Oh, run it back, man.
yeah,
Yes,
run it
sir.
back.
Follow that immediately, right now, after you hear this podcast, man. I appreciate y'all having me out.
Appreciate you for coming, man.
I really,
No,
I like.
100%.
I really wanted. I told Enigma. I said I really wanted to tell your story, like because I know how you met and how you gone and how you worked your way up. And it's such a crazy story. I feel like everyone.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like like we said it fell in your hands, but most people they have opportunities and they don't take advantage of that.
100%.
So salute to you. You taking advantage 100%. And I wish you and your artists and everyone that you do business with the best of the best, my nigga. Like I said earlier, I wish success.
He said
Success.
porn, sex.
Some good success.
He's trying to get freaky tonight. He's trying to get freaky
The
tonight.
new say.
Success.
Hilarious.
No, but I just wish success
Hilarious.
on you, on on everybody that's doing, anybody that's working out here. If you're not networking, you're not working.
100%. And I'm the same way. And I like I said, this shit just fell on my lap. Like I just ran with it. And I'm gonna continue to run with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And same thing you wish on everybody. I just want everybody to eat, man. And I love to see people that came up with me that doing their own shit and
For sure.
and
Appreciate
just
it.
keep pushing that 100%. And I believe in this podcast, and I believe y'all gonna be doing some big things, and anything I can do.
We're gonna be at some
100.
awards together.
100, right. Like yo,
Remember episode 23, my dude?
right. Remember this episode, man. 100%.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Make sure you go follow all my man's pages, his artist pages. Go follow, like, subscribe to our Running Back podcast at IG, on Twitter, Facebook, everything.
At RUNITBACK.PC.
It's not fair. You had one cup. My man, he started the episode
all right.
with an extra cup.
This is my third cup.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man.
We out.
We are.
Appreciate y'all.
So
Thank
yeah,
y'all,
we good, man. Appreciate it.